That's crazy to me. That's so out of pocket. The pocket's so deep and you're not even in the pocket. Out of pocket. No! I'm currently running on 2 hours of sleep, and I've been doing my best to prolong going to bed because I want to go to bed at a normal person's time. So currently, killing time, let's read some people's regrets on Reddit. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I don't know how well this is gonna go. Hi, hello. My name is Kim. It's spelled with a Y. Shout out to my parents for that. Okay, we're gonna do some friend-related Am I the Assholes? And let's see how this goes. I'm new to this, but I'm gonna be true to this. So this one is called, Am I the Asshole for telling my friend that I've accidentally been sleeping with her fiance? Gasp, gasp, gasp. Oh boy, that's a hell of a title, I'm aware. I don't really know how to start this, so I'll just get into it. Cute girl, we love that. I'll preface this by saying that I am 22-year-old male, very, very gay. I was in high school when I met this friend, and she was the cool older kid the year above me. For all intents and purposes, we'll call her Sienna. She's a 23-year-old female. After high school, I went to an out-of-state college while Sienna went to the local uni. We kind of lost touch other than the obligatory happy birthday and Merry Christmas texts. So you can imagine my surprise when I got a text from my mom a few months ago saying that a wedding invitation from Sienna had gotten delivered to my parents' house. Sure enough, a quick text to the lucky lady confirmed that she was getting married. Her longtime partner, Marcus, 25, male, had finally proposed. A summer wedding right in my hometown, right when I and some of our other friends will be back in town from uni. Perfect. I was invited to one of the pre-wedding girls' nights because my life is that of the two-dimensional comic relief gay side character. I love that. And we got wasted. Like the kind of drunk where logic isn't even in the same dimension. So when the topic of other people in the girls' squad's relationships came up, like the genius I was, I whipped out my phone to show them the hot guy I've been hooking up with just as a dumb summer fling. Where is this going? Oh my god. Who turned out to be Marcus. Oh my god, can you imagine? Okay, rightfully so, Sienna lost her shit. Fair. No criticism from me. But then she turned on me and started blaming me for ruining her wedding. For clarification, because I'm sure this will come up in the comments, no, the wedding invitation did not have any photos on it. It was one of those minimalist designs with over-the-top calligraphy. That's it. Her socials only feature her. I had no way of knowing what he looked like. I don't personally think I was at fault here, but here is where I think I messed up. I very loudly and to the entire club drunkenly said, "It's not my fault. Your cheating fiance likes getting his back blown out, Sienna." Well, you know what? She turned on you. I think a clapback is justified. But granted, you are drunk, so I don't know. Everybody's drunk, so blame is being thrown. Blame is just being handed out like candy. I absolutely feel awful. I don't want to be the other woman, technically guy, but you get it. And I certainly don't want to hurt a friend like that. I've tried apologizing 1,000 times, but she's not interested in talking to me, which I totally get. When confronted, he confessed to not only hooking up with me, but also 8 different guys over the course of their 4-year relationship. The wedding's been called off. Honestly, I think this dude was a blessing in disguise because now she just found out that she was about to marry a whole maybe bisexual gay man, but like 8 people, 8 times or 8 people, 8 guys. That's leaning, that's heavy gay. That's leaning way more gay than straight. You know what I mean? It's not like 8 people, 8 different guys. I don't think you're the asshole, sir, because you didn't know. You didn't have any way of knowing, and honestly, I just think that was supposed to happen because she would have never known, and then like find out this later and they're married, and then now you gotta get divorced, and now there's a whole lot more legal paperwork you gotta get into. So I think honestly you did her a solid, but I think she's not cool for being mad at you for it. She needs to be mad at him. What a coincidence though. I feel like that's such a turn of events that small world, I don't know, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think you're the asshole. Let's see what some of the comments say. Yikes, you helped her dodge a bullet for sure. She's just upset now, but I hope someday that she realizes it was all for the best. That's what I'm thinking too. Like right now, because again, all of this happened, everyone was drunk. So I feel like hopefully when the dust settles, then maybe you guys can be cool again. Yeah, everyone's just like, you did her a great service. Because it wasn't intentional, but like honestly, she dodged a freaking bullet. Like I think that man probably needs to like find a loving man for himself. And not you, girl. Sienna. That's wild. All right, on to the next. So this one is titled, My best friend is dating my abuser and wants me to reconcile with him, so I kicked her out of my home. Am I the asshole? That's the question here. Trigger warning for abuse. That's for you and for me. Okay? So they said, I've tried to write this out for days now, but I keep getting too upset to concentrate, so this might be a bit jumpy. I don't have family in the sense that many understand family to be, so I've been pretty much a loner with one exception. My best friend Tammy, we met in middle school and just became joined at the hip. Things changed a bit in college. Let me make this bigger because why do I need to live like this? I'm gonna live like that. Things changed a bit in college. My friends forced me into a Christian out-of-state college. Tammy applied and got accepted to the other college in the town. So we both went out there and were roommates for 2 of the years before I met my first ever boyfriend. We'll call him Trent. I moved in with him the end of junior year, and I don't know when it started happening, but he went from charming and affectionate to controlling. Been there, girl. It's always in college too. Your brain's just not fully developed yet and you just be getting yourself into some sticky situations. I don't wish to upset anyone, so I will hit the pause button and warn you that below is some of the things he did to me for me to label him abusive. He would put me down and hint he could find someone better, or that if he cheats, it will be my fault since I wasn't this or that enough. It started to get physical senior year. At first, it was him pushing me out of the way if he was walking by and I was in the path or whatever for some reason. Then he would slap me in arguments, calling me worthless, a waste of his time and young years. Then dump her. Like, why keep her around and be a terrible person? Called her a broken toy no one will love. Okay, sounds like you're projecting. I didn't have any real self-esteem, so I stayed, thinking I was the problem. And when I called home about it, I was told that the problem was me. I started to make my exit plan the day after I graduated. He had proposed and I hesitated, and he screamed to ask me why. Then he swung and punched the wall right next to my head. I fell to the floor in fear and he tried to comfort me and basically forced me into sex. When I woke up to the next morning, the ring was on my finger and he forced me again and later called it makeup sex, saying he forgave me for the way I treated him. He's a trash person, trash human. I dated one of those. I dated one of those in college. My dog can vouch for that. That is the extremely short explanation, but there are so many stories of him forcing me, hitting, threatening, all kinds of things. So I started to make a plan. I found a shelter in the city nearby. I started hiding things in the trunk of my car. I was in the service industry then, and so I would take more shifts whenever I could and hide my cash tips in a box of tampons in my purse. We love an exit plan. And I finally was ready and left him. Left my phone, I had a new cheap one, and never went back. Tammy knew him. We're coming back to Tammy. And lived near us, but she didn't know about my plan. So Tammy knew he was terrible? Okay. She messaged me on social media and I told her what happened. All of what happened. So now she knows. So she played dumb when he came around, asking around where I was, spinning the story, saying that I was not willing to be around any longer, and is calling the police to find me. He never found me. That was years ago. Our writer is 36, as well as Tammy, and Trent is 38. So that was in college. So you would have been, early 20s. So now like a decade has passed. We can say like a decade has passed. Tammy became a bit religious, but I told her as long as she is happy and safe, I don't care what she leans on in faith. She started to invite me out to her church 4 years ago, and I kept saying no until I very firmly said if she brought it up again, I would just walk out or hang up. I'm not against anyone believing what they want. I just don't want or need to be sucked into it. I honestly do not mean any offense to anyone of any faith. I myself am just agnostic and it will never change. I will decide on my own, but I doubt it will. We stayed in touch online and video chatted a lot. She would show me London and I would show her my transition to moving to Texas. We would chronicle our explorations of our new cities, and then one day it started to slow down on her end right around the time she went to visit a friend in our old college town. She then asked if she flew to Texas sometime this summer could she stay with me a few days, and I excitedly agreed. So early this month, just a few weeks ago, she came here. She was off the whole first day, but I figured she was tired. Then the next day, we went out and got drunk. She started to cry, and I got us an Uber back to my place and asked her what was wrong. That's when she asked me not to hate her and told me everything. She's with Trent. People can change. People can change. She's been with him almost a year. I was too stunned to speak. She says, I was too stunned to say anything, and she went on and on about how it's not what I think and he has changed. She told me he found Jesus and turned his life around and deeply regrets the way he treated me. The more she talked, the more I just shut off. I didn't even have it in me to feel anger. I just stared at her frozen as she talked until she said, please just say something. So I did. I told her, get the fuck out. She started to explain it all again. She hated him forever, but they kept running into each other. He goes to church and showed he is a changed blah-de-blah-de-blah. I didn't interrupt her, but when she stopped talking again, I just repeated myself. Get the fuck out. She argued more, and I would not listen and repeat until she grabbed her stuff and left. It was silent between us for a week until my dad texted me that Tammy called my parents crying and told me to get over myself. After all, it's not like I wanted to get back with him, right? You bitch. And that's what I get for living with a man I wasn't married to. Oh, she's throwing jabs. Okay. Then she texted the next week rehashing her argument and pretty much demanding I video chat with him to see for myself that he's changed and forgive him. She then blamed me that they can't take the next steps in their relationship because I don't have a forgiving heart and that I was malicious when I kicked her out. Girl, as far as we're concerned, Tammy and Trent that's a life. I don't need to be a part of that life. Me being the writer. Okay. I've spent all of this week trying to figure out if I am insane to think this is a huge betrayal, a deal breaker. I mean, who even dates their friend's ex? For one, but this? I blocked her after she hinted that my version of things was exaggerated and malicious. I'm angry. But I don't have other friends to turn to about this. I don't think I am, but my and her family thinks that I am the asshole for at least kicking her out in a strange city alone when she was just being honest with me. Am I? No. No. Because here's the thing. As my friend, you don't date my ex. That's that. Now the next one. As my friend, you don't date the ex that abused me and then tell me to forgive him. You both can go to hell or heaven now that you're saved, but like both of you can stay there. Go to church together. Leave me alone. I think that's very what's the word? Tone deaf. So I don't think that OP is the OP stands for original poster. So the person talking. I don't think that OP is the asshole, even for kicking her friend out. I think that the friend took a risk to tell her that to her face. And I also think the friend has the freaking audacity, the unmitigated gall to be like, it wasn't that serious. You're exaggerating it. To the point where your friend had to have a whole secret escape plan to get away from someone. Granted, people can change, but I would be extremely betrayed because that person hurt me. And me personally, I've been in a similar situation and I don't ever want to see that person again. So like to have someone try to force me to have a conversation with that person is crazy. And it doesn't matter how many time has passed, trauma can live on. And if that like person that triggers you is there, all the stuff that you thought maybe was healed could totally come back. You know what I mean? Tammy and Trent can live the lives they deserve together. You need to find new friends. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's so out of pocket. The pocket's so deep and you're not even in the pocket. Out of pocket. Now, let's see what the comments say because I don't know. This writer says, your so-called best friend is playing you for a fool and you gotta call it like it is. A hot mess wrapped in betrayal. Yeah. Like already dating someone's ex is a line to cross. That's a conversation you needed to have before you even got together, not while you're together and now I'm trying to force you to rehash with your abuser. That's a whole level of messed up. Again, I think Tammy and Trent should live the life that they deserve. And Trent could have changed. He really could have. But I don't want to know. I don't care. You know, at that point, that man is out of your life. You don't care. You hope he's changed and you keep that hope from afar. What do you mean? Yeah, I think everyone's saying move on. Even drop the family that says you're being ridiculous. In a new city, didn't she? No, no, it's Texas. She'll be fine. It's not like you're just dropping her off in a country where they don't speak the same language. She's in Texas. She'll be fine. She'll be just fine. There's Airbnbs, hotels. She can stay there with them, with Trent, not at my house. Anyways, I think that's all I'm gonna do for this one. What do you guys think? How was that? How was my reading skills? Some of those words were hard. What do you guys think? I think neither of those OPs were the assholes. But that second one, rightfully so, I think I would be livid. Absolutely livid. And I don't think you owe either of them anything. 2 thumbs down for Tammy and Trent. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is my first like this ever. I have not done a sit down video on my channel in a very long time. I've been doing vlogs mostly. I will start doing that back again, doing my weekly vlogs. Right now I'm doing them in short form. So I've been doing like little weekly recaps on my Instagram and my TikTok and on shorts here. But pretty soon I'll get back into doing my like longer YouTube traditional style vlogs when I'm kind of back in the mood again, back into the swing of things. I kept consistent for 6 months and now I'm just like switching it up a little bit. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about these posts and like let me know what you guys think about their situations. Do you think they're in the right? Do you think they're in the wrong? And why? Thanks for watching. Bye!